This is a recently revised Kia Stinger. So Kia has basically tweaked the exterior, tweaked the interior, added some new technology to it. They've also ditched some engines which weren't very interesting engines, and they're focusing on this V6 model. So in this video, we're going to find out if it's any good. So I'm going to talk you through the changes outside, inside. I'm obviously going to take it for a drive, brake test it, and launch it to see how quick it is from 0 to 60 miles an hour. Anyway, I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching CarWow.
Buying a new car? Then head to CarWow, and my team will help you find your next car at a fair price. CarWow, your one-stop car buying comparison site.
Let's start this video by talking about the biggest change Kia has made to the Stinger. So what it's done is ditched the 4-cylinder diesel and 4-cylinder petrol, because really, would you bother with those cars? For similar money, you could have the equivalent from Audi or BMW. However, they have kept the glorious 3.3 litre twin turbo V6, which as far as I'm concerned was the only reason to ever buy this car. I like it. It puts out 366 horsepower and 510 Newton meters of torque, and it drives the rear wheels by an 8-speed automatic gearbox. And the best thing is, you get all that performance for a decent price. This car starts from £43,000, but lo and behold, look at this, right? You can save an average of £2,000 off one through CarWow. Now, if you want to see how much money you can save on a new car through CarWow, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link below the video. Alternatively, after this video, you can just simply Google "Help me CarWow," and me and my team will help you choose the right car for you and get it for a fair price from one of our trusted dealers. And we can also help you sell your car. You can sell it through CarWow, and we'll get a great price from our dealers on the car you're trying to sell. Kia has made some subtle tweaks to the rear of this car. So in the past, this part was a plastic insert, but now it's a full length light bar. You also got some slightly different LED tail lights. Other than that, it's the same as before. And I'm glad, because they've kept the quad tailpipes, and look at this. Got my carbon fiber CarWow sticker truth. I can prove they're real. Goes all the way in to wow. What's less wow? These fake vents there. However, you do get some new alloy wheel designs, but other than that, the side is exactly the same as the old car. It's not a bad thing, because it's a good looking car from the side. It's also a good looking car from the front, and they haven't changed much here either, apart from the headlamps. That's it. I wish they'd changed this though. Look at the fake vents on the bonnet. That's unnecessary. Here on the inside, the biggest change that Kia's made to the interior is the new infotainment system. So it's Kia's latest system, and it's generally very good and easy to use. I'm not so keen on the graphics for the satellite navigation map, but really, you're just going to be using Android Auto or Apple CarPlay if you've got any sense. Also, you've now got 64 different colours for ambient lighting. Woohoo! Another new feature is this digital screen here. So they've updated it, so it's now slightly bigger than before, and it's high definition, but you've still got analog displays for your speed and your rev counter. Another change they've made is this bit of trim here. Look, a bit shiny on the steering wheel. And yeah, you have wireless charging for your mobile phone. Now, wait a minute. I don't think I'm going to be fitting my new Galaxy Fold in there. No, definitely not. Let's move on to other areas of storage quickly. So you've got 2 cup holders there of varying depths, which is handy. Some more. You've also got this peaceful lift music when you turn the car on or off, which you just experienced then. Let's back to the storage. So storage under here, some more storage here. Decent sized glove box with the world's heaviest car manual. Sorry, Lewis, that just landed on Lewis's foot and it's probably broken his metatarsal. You've got some decent sized door bins, and you can fit like a bottle of water in there. No problem at all. Place for your sunglasses, and it's padded so you don't scratch your lenses. You've got a frameless rear view mirror. Ooh, hello, Lewis. And a sunroof. It's not the largest sunroof in the world, but at least it opens. Takes a while. Done. Anyway, moving on. So other than that, the car is exactly as it was before, which means that you've got soft touch materials here on the door, some leatherette and the door trims, soft place for your elbows and the elbows there, soft trim on the dash here, squishy on the top of the dash. Also, the seats are nice and comfortable, and they did this thing where you put the car into sports mode and the side bolsters hold you tighter. So the actual bases could do with a little bit more support, because they're rather large and you end up sliding around in them unless you've got a big fat arse. Now, things that aren't quite so good, like the trim here is a bit scratchy, and here and down here. And look, does the centre console wobble still? A little bit. Thing that really annoys me though is this. The centre boss for the steering wheel. The wheel itself is nice, but this just looks like they've taken it from their cheapest car in the entire Kia range. It's not becoming of this V6. Why didn't they change that? One thing I can't complain about on this car is the quality of the brakes, because you get Brembos as standard. So you've got 350mm discs up front, gripped by 4 piston calipers, and then 340mm discs at the back, gripped by 2 piston calipers. Let's see how good they are at stopping this car. Okay, now I'm going to do a brake test from 60 miles an hour, see how long it takes to stop. Right, what did we get? 35 metres. It's all right. If you want to see a car that did better in the brake test, similar kind of thing, click on the pop-out banner up there to go check out the video of that car. There's also a link in the description below. Here in the back, the Kia Stinger is fairly decent. So you've got some nice big rear seats. The backrests are quite reclined, so they're comfy, and the leather feels nice. In fact, the quality back here is pretty impressive, really. What I'm not so impressed with, though, is headroom. Well, I'm just about okay. People over 6 foot might find that sloping roof light is just a little bit too tight for them. Then there's the fact that while knee room is good, you can't actually stretch your feet under the chair in front because the front chairs are mounted so low down. And the slightly annoying thing is that the cup holders on the armrest aren't covered, so you end up putting your wrist in them. Let's check out the boot. One of the good things about the Kia Stinger is it has a practical hatchback tailgate and it opens electrically, which is good. Now the boot capacity is 408 litres, which isn't all that big for this size of car. By comparison, the boot capacity on a Volkswagen Arteon R shooting brake is 590 litres. Now, at least you can fold down the rear seats in this Kia Stinger, look. There you go, come on, fold down. Bit better if you could do it using levers in the back, but at least you have a sort of continuous floor there so you can slide things to the front. What you can't do though is store this parcel shelf under there. Look, can't. So that happens. And that brings you on to 5 annoying things about this Kia. While you can choose between different driving modes, there's no customizable individual mode, so you can't mix and match things like the suspension settings and the throttle settings just as you like them. There's only one standard colour available on this car, and it's not a white or a black or even this red, which people might like. Instead, it's a weird orange. It looks like this. In certain areas you can tell this car is getting on for 5 years old. Yeah, they have updated the exterior and the interior a bit, but one thing they haven't done is change the old USBs to more modern USB-Cs. I mean, was that really that difficult to do? The rear visibility is crap, and that's all I have to say on the matter. While you have paddle shifters, you can't actually stick the gearbox into manual mode, and after all it'll just default back into D. It's not all negative though. Here's 5 good things about this car. This is the cheapest V6 petrol car on sale today. Well, at least as far as I can see. Ha 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 ha. The car has a 2-stage stability control system. Press this button once and it turns off your traction control so you can spin at the rear wheels, but it'll still stop you from spinning out. Press and hold it and everything's off, so you can do drifts if you want to. That was the beep warning me that I'm fully on my own. You can regularly thrash this car within an inch of its life, knowing that you have the backup of a 7-year warranty. There's a proper mechanical limited slip differential on the rear axle for improved corner exiting traction and big skids if you're not on the public road, of course. Apart from the paint, there's no options available on this car. It comes fully loaded as standard, so you get things like a surround view camera, a heads-up display, there's also adaptive cruise control, you've got a heated steering wheel, electric seats, and they're heated and cooled in the front, and you even get heated seats here in the back as well. All right, let's see what this Kia Stinger is like to drive. Well, I do like the engine. It's got plenty of punch and it keeps on pulling. I also like the steering. It feels really connected to the road. And I like the fact that it's rear wheel drive, so you can sense the car just squatting down and hooking up when you accelerate out of a corner. It really does drive in a sporty way. It's no surprise though. So the guy who's behind this car, who developed it, is a chap called Albert Biermann, and he used to work for BMW's M division, and now he's doing Kia sporty cars, and yeah, it shows here. This has a nice, fun M-car element to it. I'm really impressed with the steering, I really, really am. Brakes, they're all right. They're not the most powerful, but they're not grabby or anything. As for the rest of the experience, gearbox, it shifts quick enough when you go in sporty mode and doing it yourself using the paddles. Put it into just normal drive mode. In fact, turn the dial all the way back to put the car into just comfort, and it can be quite a relaxing car. There's still quite a bit of weight to the steering and the adaptive dampers. While they do deal well with bumps, there's not a big transition between the sportiest setting and the softest setting. I don't think this car deals with bumps quite as well as a Volkswagen Arteon R, and if you want to see my full in-depth video review of that car, just click on the pop-out banner up there to go check that out. But really, as a package for daily driving, nice and comfortable. It's quiet enough, it's comfortable enough. I think it's good. and it does have that fun element. It is as fun to drive as it is to look at, and it's a good looking car. I'm impressed. Do you know what's good about this car? It's the fact that really it has no other alternatives maybe than a BMW M340i or an M440i. Kia says the Stinger will do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds, but I'm going to find out for myself with my specialist timing gear up here. I'm going to launch it. Up. Traction issues, but we're on there. Right, do you know what? Considering it spun up the rear wheels a little bit, because you have to have stability off to launch it, 5.11 seconds ain't bad. Let's try again. Yeah, that hooked up then. What are we going to do? Yes, 4.97. That's good. I'm just going to accept that. So then, what's my final verdict on the revised Kia Stinger? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, considering Audi's S5 Sportback is now a diesel and BMW hasn't released a Grand Coupe version of the 4 Series, yeah, I think you should shortlist this Kia Stinger. It's good value for money, and it's a great way to get a V6 twin-turbo petrol. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. If you click on those windows there, you can watch some more videos, and if you click on that box there, you can go to CarWow and we'll help you sell your car. All you have to do is just upload pictures of it, put in some details, and you'll get offers back on your car from our dealers.